Shake. Good boy. Sit. Sit. Shake. Other ball. Other ball. Don't bite me. Other ball. Other ball. Yeah. No, not yet. Sit.
You know, a lot of guys in the bodybuilding industry I look up to, you know, in regards to gas, you know, like, you know, work ethic and whatnot, like Branch and Guy, obviously the first two guys that come to mind, specifically in bodybuilding. You know, Guy talks about his dad like positive role model and kind of put instilled a lot of the beliefs and thought process in him and the work ethic, and what motivates him. And, you know, for myself, you know, we all have a past and upbringing and whatnot. For me, I just didn't have that, plain and simple. I didn't have much of it. And what I do have is my old high school basketball coach, Coach Viatric, old Polish guy. And I just really looked up to him. So I always paid attention to what he said and how he carried himself. And over the years, you know, I got better in basketball. I wanted to impress him, and I wanted to make sure I was getting better and whatnot. When we got into high school, his passion for basketball and for coaching us was pretty intense. And one thing he said is that, you know, he didn't understand why we were all okay with mediocrity, and it kind of seemed like that was the thought process kind of around the town at that time, is we were okay with being mediocre. And so that you know, has stayed with me, and whatever I wanted to do, whether it be bodybuilding or farming or sales with Nutrex, you know, not settling to be mediocre, just be the best that I could be at that given time, and work my ass off at that given time to produce the best that I could, because it's not okay to be okay with mediocrity. And so, you know, I thank him. You know, even after nationals, I thanked him. I told his wife too, because he's not really on social media much, and I don't think he gets on the phone too much. But I plan to go see him here soon, and you know, it's been a couple years since I have seen him and his family, and I'm very appreciative of what he did for me, helping me out and taking me to practice and whatnot. So, but you know, the biggest thing was those few phrases that stayed with me. Coach V, if you're watching, thank you.
First day in Oklahoma, here at 4-Star Fitness off of May, getting a little chest workout in with IFBB Pro Gina Davis.
Okay, I met Shaun and his lovely wife about, I'd say 3+ years ago, and very promising up-and-coming bodybuilder. Saw him dominate, just looked great at the Grand Prix. Very impressed with his hair.
Always the hair.
Yeah, always the hair. And just thought he had something special. There was something special about him. And then he went on, and I was at Nationals, and I was able to see him win the overall at Nationals this past year, and just blew me away. Very proud of him to see that full circle moment. And then after that, he called me up and wanted to talk about possibly coming on to G-Force and training with me. And I was more than happy to take him on. Incredible athlete. Switch. My former mentor, who a lot of people know him, he's kind of a local legend around here, used to say, he had a statement, and this really meant something to me. It resonates with me now, and that which kills you minus one. And so that pretty much is how I do things. I have my niche, what I do, especially as a female in this industry, training some of the biggest, strongest guys in the state, if not the nation. I have to bring it every single time. And so what I do is I combine intelligence and hardcore, so it's IntelliCore, so to speak. And so every time they come, anybody can annihilate someone and just drive them into the ground. And especially, sometimes the female may overcompensate and overtry and just annihilate someone, and I'm not in that business. I'm here to make muscles grow, create a more aesthetic, pleasing package, something that will please the judges, and something that both myself as a coach and my athlete can be very proud of at the end of the day. Today we did chest. He did a phenomenal job. No bodybuilder is truly complete, but his chest is more of a weakness in terms of all of his hook flow. And so we're going to bring that chest up and just make him just pop, have that three-dimensional pop out at you on stage, so he can do great at the 212s.
Ounces of top sirloin and 200 grams of sweet potato. It's cold too, not warmed up. But the sweet potatoes make it all right. It was, the simplest thing as far as like passing. In basketball, he never wanted us to get lazy with passing, and so he would say, we'd make a lazy pass, and it was tried and true. It always happened. And somebody else would make a lazy pass, and somebody else would make a lazy pass, and then somebody would take a crappy shot, and then we'd miss that shot. He always would say, a bad pass leads to a bad pass, leads to a bad shot, leads to a missed shot. And so for me, what I've taken from that is it's kind of like a snowball effect of negativity. So negativity leads to negativity, leads to a bad decision, or treating people bad, or making the wrong choice. Day 2 on the road. We're here at Stretch U in Norman, Oklahoma. Some guys I've known for a while, for about 4 or 5 years now. They used to work on me when I lived here. And assisted stretching. The sessions are as little as like 15 minutes, 40 minutes, or even an hour. And some good friend of mine, Jaime and Francisco, and they put me through the torture chamber.
Good. And relax, good. Good. And relax, back. 1, 2, 3. Relax. Last 1, 2, 3.
Felt good. Took a little bit longer than last time. He worked with me, so it helped too, because the issues that I'm having from driving so much. It's good to see these guys whenever I come into town, especially with the training that we'll do tonight, that we did last night, and then tomorrow. Being functional is the biggest thing. So appreciate it, homie.
Oh, man, every time, every time.
I've tried to use that and more and focus on positivity, and whether that's what he meant or not, doing the right thing, possibly even accountability, even when nobody's watching, because I'm out here on the road. I don't have a coach watching me, just me. So getting my meals in at the right time, doing my cardio, all of it. A good pass leads to a good pass. When that time is, to take the shot, to be there on stage or whatever it is, or to be in front of my accounts and make the sales, right? I position myself to be in a good spot to make the shot, or to make the sell, or to do well on stage. Oh, it's so cool. Do I have my towel on me like I'm a football player?
Yeah. Wow. Brady.
Grit, heart, and never say die attitude, and the proper guidance and mentality to get through it. And like I always say, a psycho button, you cannot get under a bunch of weight and pull it to your body. That's inviting the weight to come to you without having a heart. And you cannot teach heart. You have to be born with it. He definitely does.
turkey, 2 chicken and rice, 2 turkey and rice. I'll want my pre-workout cream of rice. I'll do an isolate with it. I've got my egg whites already pre-made over there. I know most people turn a nose up to making their eggs ahead of time, but they don't really bother me. And I can make them for the entire week in about 10 minutes. So it knocks it out, not having to worry about it in the morning when I'm trying to get out to accounts. And just trying to just get going in the morning. So it actually helps tremendously having those done.
Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. Because I know those guys talk about like guys, like if anybody tells you you can't do it, tell them to go fuck themselves. You know, I got to realize my faults, and eventually I'd like to get there. But right now, I fight with that self-defeatism, beating myself up. And so, you know, a lot of you guys, if any of you deal with it, it sucks. And that, you know, before you even start, that'll cripple you. You know, not believing in yourself, not thinking that you can do it, or you have what it takes, or oh man, somebody else is good. Their genetics are better. They're in a better position, you know, because their parents are this. And honestly, I have it, but it also pisses me off. And when I'm in the moment and I'm thinking about it, and it pisses me off, I use it to drive me. I got to remind myself to kick myself in the ass and utilize that. But a lot of people can't, and a lot of people will beat themselves before they even start. They never even get in the race. At some point, you got to say, fuck it. You got to get out of the quicksand or the mud. You got to get out of the hole. You got to work. One thing that I've always told myself, and I'll tell my kids in the future, is I don't like that whole saying, you know, you can have whatever you want. No, you can't fucking have whatever you want. You can have whatever you're fucking willing to work for.
He said, your physical fitness, at least once in your career, will determine whether you live or die. I had to be prepared physically, mentally, emotionally, because my life depended on it. My team and my partners' lives depended on it. You wish for the best and you prepare for the worst, you know? That's always the key there.